I am generally a pretty calm person, and actually, very few things can stress me out. But when I have to face stressful situations like evaluations or long university papers or personal problems, the first thing that I do is to take a deep breath, grab my headphones, and listen to my favorite music. I especially listen to heavy metal when I am very angry, and it really helps me to calm me down. Many of my friends do the same, but others prefer others methods like smoking or drinking or eating something, but I personally think that this is not very healthy. I think that this depends more on the movie and the message that it wants to communicate. And for example, movies like In Pursuit of Happiness that have a very positive message can really motivate the people to not to give up, to pursue these dreams. And I think that is other type of movies that doesn't want to give any message and only just want to entertain. Movies like Rambo, Matrix, John Wick, and I don't think that people who watch these movies necessarily develop a violent personality only because they watch them. In the short term, my first goal is to graduate from business administration and get a job related to my career. And in about 3 years, to have my own vehicle. In the medium term, I want to get my economic stability and be able to travel around the world and maybe start my own business. And in the long term, I want to get my financial freedom, my own house, and maybe my own family. And I know that to achieve this, I will need to study more and maybe got a specialization or other career, and I will have to improve myself in many aspects like punctuality or discipline or determination. I consider myself a fairly sociable person, but only in person, because I don't use social networks almost at all. And I never really do any publication of my personal life, so I consider that I have never lied on social networks. However, I have friends that have done it. The most recurrent example is the typical photo posing behind a very expensive vehicle that it's not there, or the video of they're driving a car with black glasses, with music blaring in their parents' car. But I don't judge them for doing this, but this is something that I will never do. I think that my biggest achievement so far was won the scholarship to study at the university. And it was very helpful from my family because in this time they didn't have enough money to pay for a college degree. And in fact, it helped me to start thinking of being more independent and to care about my own expenses. So when I entered at the university, almost at the same time, I started working in a clothing store. And with that, I paid for my own expenses. At this moment, I want to save money to travel outside the country and visit many countries that I always wanted to visit, like Italy, Holland, Switzerland, Greece, and others. And it's very important to me save money for a future business opportunity that will help me to find financial freedom. I also want to buy my own car because I currently taken a driving course to take my lessons. And this is the main topics, but I additionally want to buy a video game console or a PC gamer because I love a lot the video games.